Hey there coworkers, it's Haz here again with more Salmon Run news, as I've noticed something in the rotations that I always wanted to see more in Splatoon 3, and now there might be a teeny tiny chance that this isn't a complete coincidence, and if that is true, Nintendo might be opening up with Salmon Run, and that could mean lots of fun potentially in the future. If you've been watching my content and the channel for a while, you know that I've always been an advocate for variety and more fun community content for Salmon Run, as despite Big Run and extra work being quite a lot of fun, I find them a bit too competitive for the spirit of a cooperative game mode, and I just always wanted more lighthearted, casual content added in the game, as there's just too much room they can work with, and it always felt somewhat of a huge waste. Now, one of the best ways to add such content could not be more simple, since we know Nintendo is able to adjust shifts and rotations happening in Salmon Run. We've already seen it with a few examples of them changing the boss appearances or creating specific shifts to commemorate for Splatoon 2 equivalents as nostalgia. My example of this idea I've shared a couple of times, that I'd love to see, let's say, blasters only rotations or maybe chargers only as well. Would it be super strong? Likely not, but it would be quite a lot of fun in my opinion, and could create some hilarious moments in the game, not to mention good practice to get used to and learn certain weapons, but again, if anything, it would be a guaranteed shit show. This morning, as I was having my morning coffee and was checking the rotations for Salmon Run, I noticed the newest shift revealed and I almost fell off my chair, as it was first quite a surprise, and it also made me so excited for a potential sign this rotation might mean for the future, and I can only hope I am right. The rotation in question is on the 13th of July's Gone Fishin' Hydro Plant with the Dapple Doolies, Carbon Roller, Dynamo Roller, and the Heavy Splitling. Yes, you see correctly, it is a double roller rotation with a Dynamo to boot, not to mention the other weapons also being pretty high tier with the Dapple Doolies and the Heavy Splitling. I don't know about you, but my first impressions were immediately that this is looking quite fishy and abnormal, and Nintendo might have tampered here with the pre-assigned rotation, as this seems like a custom themed rotation to me. If you don't know, rotations in Salmon Run have a rule set of sort that I believe we don't know the exact details about, but you can kind of create a picture of what the design is behind the weapon compositions for Salmon Run. It isn't completely random and has a system, but this specific rotation looks quite fishy to me. It isn't completely impossible to place it in the current existing system we think of. If I think about it, it's quite possible, and the weapons somewhat fit the roles you want the four weapons to be spread around, and the Carbon Roller and the Heavy Splitling has been seen with each other before as a combination, as weapons are usually seen in combos like the Dapple Doolies with the Hydro Splitling or Dynamo Roller with the Tri-Stringer. All of these three combos have appeared at least 3 times now since the game came out, so it isn't a coincidence. And while these aren't the only combos for these weapons, it's quite unusual and breaks a certain cycle they have. Now, I'm not saying this is 100% a thing, but if my instincts are correct, this rotation might have been tampered with, and that could mean Nintendo is interested in making themed rotations that I've always wanted to see more in Salmon Run, and this could be the beginning of something super cool and a step towards that all rollers and all chargers idea that I was talking about. Even if we discard the idea of this rotation being tampered with, it's also a quite powerful rotation that is worth looking forward to, and schedule a few play sessions, as it will be a fun ride to 999, but also just to play it in general. But what do you all think? Do you think this is a custom shift Nintendo added there, or do you think it's just an extremely lucky coincidence? Let me know in the comment section below, along with if you would like to see these so-called themed rotations more in Splatoon 3 or not. Excited to see your opinions on it. But that's a wrap for this quick Salmon Run video, everyone. Get ready for this weekend's Wildcard rotation as well, it is almost here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.